Hello, welcome into the Lone Wolf Tarot. I am the Lone Wolf, and today we'll be doing a general timeless read with just the tarot. Okay, it's timeless and general, so whenever you see it, when you see it, and if it resonates, yay. If it doesn't, leave it. You feel me? So with the Ten of Pentacles coming out, this could be a very stable situation. Maybe some type of wealth. Maybe you're starting to embark towards your wealth and like maybe open up the possibilities to build wealth, to build some type of long term success or something that you're trying to contribute to your family or like to the well-being of like the whole type of thing, trying to complete something. Okay, so maybe you just recently completed some type of like goal or something of the sort, and now you're finally starting over, but like starting over, starting fresh, like a level up kind of energy. Only because with the Fool here type of thing, okay, it could be maybe something that you're finally starting to feel passionate about, or you finally made a decision to do. Maybe you finding support in that area. Okay, it could have been a long time coming. Like maybe you were just trying to plan and be strategic with exactly what you were trying to manifest. Let me get some more information. Oh my gosh! So this actually wanted to come out the Two of Wands, but it came out in reverse. So there could have been a lack of planning. So maybe you is either giving you recently lost something and now you're like having to change. So maybe you were this 10 of pentacles kind of vibe and then now you're having to start over, or maybe you moved somewhere new and like you're trying to adjust your life or adjust your situation, circumstances type of thing. And it's not giving like a negative transition, but it is giving like a transition out of your narrative, out of your niche, out of your situation, whatever you were building, whatever you were trying to. So like if let's say if you live with your parents and they have a whole bunch of money and now you're starting to move out type of thing and you want to like maintain the wealthiness of your life, but like you have goals for yourself when it comes to this new endeavor, whatever it is, but it's like you don't know what's gonna happen, so you're kind of like not moving as much as you would like to, or being a little hesitant, or like, just playing it safe in a way, okay? Like, because you don't know what's gonna happen, or like there was so much stability and security here, and now that you restarted, there is a little bit of fears or restrictions in your mind that I don't know. I feel like I kind of feel like what's being said is like you recently, like it's given like it's just basically giving like you had money, you had some type of stability, you have friends, you had support, you had some type of family in your corner type of thing, and now you're starting over. Whether you moved out of the country, moved out of the state, moved out of the city, and like now you're by yourself kind of thing, and like it's a restart of a moment in your life, like a new chapter type of thing. But it's not like all of this is gone per se. It's just more or less giving like you're elevating into individualism a little bit. Can we get more information on what's going on with this before we dive into why we're getting the reading? So yeah, you could have been building something. Maybe you were building something repetitively, strategically. Not like I don't know why I always get strategic, but it's like um, with a plan, with like a consistency of showing up and making sure you're developing yourself. And it's just maybe it's a new level. Maybe it's like it's low key just giving like you saved up enough money within the guises of your family, and now you have enough money to move out, and you've been doing it this whole time, making it consistent. Let's say like while you were saving up and they were letting you save up your money, you knew rent was going to be $300 a month. Let's just make this up for this story. You knew rent was going to be $300 a month. Fine, 1,500 a month, and every month, or your at least your sum total of your bills are 1,500. Let's hope, right, for an individual person. Okay, not just the rent, but depending on where you live, we're getting into the logistics. So anyway, basically, you were able to accumulate $1,500 a month every month while you were saving it up, plus some, you know what I'm saying, plus some extra or whatever, right? And because you were able to consistently show up and make this much amount of money, you decided that you are able to step away from this endeavor you know, type of vibe and start over. So now it's basically giving like you saved up this money, so you have a stable foundation type energy, but you're starting over with the guises that you're able to, with like the memory of the fact that you were in the 10 of Pentacles energy, right? But for some reason, you're fearful of this change of starting over type of energy. Like um, you're not moving too far away from these people. If that's like with your family or something, you're not um, focusing too much on doing extravagant things because it's like, will I be able to maintain it? I know I only have 1,500. I don't think I can make any more type of thing, right? My son's yelling that there's a helicopter. Oh my gosh, how cool. Okay, thank you. Okay, so anyways, back to what I was saying, I forgot. And now like you develop the skill, right? So you have the ability to do so. You're actually very talented, very skillful, very resourceful. Lovers keeps coming out. Okay, if it comes out, it comes out. But it's like you're very resourceful type of energy. This could have been a lover's dynamic. Maybe it's a divorce as well. Like maybe before you actually finalize the divorce, you were allowed to live with the ex, or something like that or whatever. But it's like it's giving like you sat there and you showed, improved your worth and mastered the ability to provide this 10 of Pentacles for yourself individually. Even though here is giving like this was like your family type of dynamic or someone was supporting you in some type of way, right? So it's like you already have the ability to do so. So when you start over, it is giving some type of fears because it's like, well, what happens if I get sick and then I can't work? What happens if my car breaks down and then I can't get to work? Like, like, or what happens if I, quit my job? Or what happens if so then it's like you're trying to play it safe because there's a fear of you having to, this could also be you having to build up the bigger, like instead of playing it safe, you have to step into the energy of like starting a new craft, starting a new build up type of energy. Okay, so let's say like you are working at a 9 to 5 regular job type of thing. It gives you enough money to pay bills, but you want to start fresh. You want to do something fresh. You want to build a business. You want to be a content creator. You want to, somehow make bills outside of this 10 of Pentacles type of energy, whether it's whatever, family business, your family's like paying you or something, whatever, stay at home wife. You want to be stepping out of that. And you're playing it safe because of the fears that contributed to starting over, to doing anything new, anything financial, especially. But you could be also being called to like build up yourself and remove these fears that you have. But it's also giving like, you have shown consistently that you can provide for yourself potentially with this 10 of Pentacles being in the, I guess, the recent past kind of vibe. It's not like I read with that, but it's giving me recent past, like the progression type of thing. So let's ask about how we can release these fears, or what do we need to be reminded of, or what is something that we need to be told about these fears kind of energy. So I don't know, with the page, the Knight of Cups coming out about your fearful side, okay, it's low key given like you have to get in your imagination a little bit, get in your head a little bit, get a little bit more optimistic in a way to chase after the things that you want, to see the beautiful side of life, to be, you know, positive. Okay, so it's giving more or less like you can pursue your imagination, your dreams, your goals, this imagination that you're trying to manifest to the best of your ability with an optimistic heart, because it gives you like kind of a motivation a little bit, like you are fantasizing this reality that you're creating for yourself. So like you're falling in love with it. You're being not, I don't want to say obsessive, but like driven by the pure fact that like it's something you can't live without type of energy, like, and that will probably overcompensate for the fear, maybe, perhaps. Like let's say like you really want to be a content creator and you fear people's opinions on what you say or how you do things, but if you come to the fact of like, I just love putting out content. I don't care what people think. This is not about the people's opinions. Even though content creation, you do need some type of opinion to be positive. But like, we're doing this to. I'm so logical, guys. But we're doing this to basically say like, fuck an opinion, honestly, because I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this for entertainment. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this because I love to create. And if someone resonates with it, that's beautiful. But regardless, it's for me type of thing. And like me with these readings, right? Half of these readings I am so embarrassed about posting, but I post them consistently. Like right now, this reading could be perceived as a little bit all over the place. I perceive it as a little bit all over the place just because of what we're communicating about right now. But at the end of the day, I'm still posting it, even if someone like doesn't like it. If I get 0 likes, if I get 2 likes, if I get, one of these videos will be something for somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I just enjoy like posting them. Like this is fun to me. But it's like that's how I get over the fact that eventually someone could be like, "Oh, you're a demonic person." That's something that could stop me potentially. People having opinions on me, or like, "Oh, you you're not making any sense," or "what are you talking about? My life is great." And it's like, okay, well then this reading's not for you, or like people taking on my readings and being like, "This is my life and I'm struggling with keeping this up because of my fears." And it's like you're taking on something that I'm creating with you not in mind whatsoever. Like I'm not thinking like, let me think about Christopher Columbus and exactly his birthday, and he lives here. Like I'm not thinking about that. Like I'm thinking about just what this is reading. So it's like for you and for me, with these two cards, I'm getting you need to just say fuck it, we ball, type of energy. Like on the real though, like you need to be able to say like, hey, I love this so much. It's so overwhelmingly loving. Like having kids is a fearful experience, not gonna lie. Like there's so much things that could go potentially wrong just with the first like conception of kids, so it's like, but you love that idea of having a kid so much that you have kids. You love the idea of like, growing your family, having a baby, all that stuff, bonding with your husband or wife if that's how you had it or whatever, surrogacy and all these things. Like you love the beauty of it. And it's just like that overwhelms or overcomes or shuts out or shuts up or drowns out. Let's do that when it drowns out the fear. Because the fears are going to still be there. Every day you check to see if your kid's breathing for a long time, but you still love your kid so much that you check to see if they're breathing. Like it's like that's what it's giving. Like it's like we're not gonna move in fear. We're gonna move in love. We're gonna move in excitement. We're gonna move in like the romanticizing of this lifestyle. Okay, so it's also giving like maybe take your time a little bit. Take your time. What's the rush? But like manage yourself better. Okay, so like let's say you get struck by fear or you can't move or you can't make any decisions or something of the sort. It's giving like look guys, it's giving like be able to show up for yourself in small ways and then manifest them bigger over time potentially. Also is giving like if like what did my therapist say, exposure therapy, which is basically like just showing up once. If you just show up one time and get yourself exposed to it, then maybe you'll do it more and more frequently type of thing. Like just give yourself the exposure, but it's giving in a like you need a schedule. Like someone here needs a schedule type of shit. Like you do need to, okay, in the mornings I plan out my days, okay, or at night I plan out my days, or I plan out my week, or I plan out just my meals and prep them ahead of time because that will help me with my regular schedule. Now I don't have to cook, so I have more time to do the creativity if I meal plan, or like if I go to the library to study and take my kids to do their homework. Technically, I'm doing my schoolwork while still being with my kids and being a stay-at-home mom. Like it's like you can make something work really well to where the fear is also diminished because you're showing up for yourself, you're building yourself up, and you're trusting yourself and your talents and stuff, and like your ability to juggle multiple things. Okay, so like you're adapting to whatever challenges, whatever fears arise. So like let's say like just this, right? Like let's say like the same example of me doing the tarot card readings, right? I have some stuff scheduled ahead of time and I have stuff that I post the same day, right? So it's like that being said, the fact that I have security of potential videos already scheduled up for however many days or whatever the heck's going on is helping me manage my time better, because right now, like, I could be having to go to work, or I could be having to I don't know, wash my clothes or something. But it's like, well, washing clothes, if you have a washer and dryer, you're blessed. But like, um like, I'm managing it better. I'm making, I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say. It's helping me adapt to be able to provide these videos for you, okay? So, like, that's the example. All right. Now we tackled the fears. I feel like we do need to get some type of motivation when it comes to actually starting over, or like get more information on exactly what happened between the 10 and the 0, okay? Because that's a big jump. So I feel like, oh, okay. So with the 4 of, people could take this as like your family broke up, you divorced or something, but I'm taking it as like you made a decision for yourself kind of thing, and you wanted to align with your own independence, perhaps, okay, or like your own ability to, so like, women and men, like, you wanted to maybe be the one to do everything. I don't know why you would want that if you had a system or had a support team, and that's none of my business. It's 100% for you. It could be some type of conflict between you and your family, you and your husband, wife, you and your brothers, sisters, roommates, whatever. It could be something like that, but it's low key given like you just know what you want for yourself. So it's not like more or less a outside problem. It's like an inside and internal. So like, even if you were working at a job and the job was great, it's giving like, I personally don't want to be the CEO of a fast food restaurant because I feel bad that I'm contributing to obesity in my community. Like, I'm just making this up, but this is like basically the energy is giving. So it's not giving like, oh, that the co-founder of our business tried me and blah blah blah, and then we cussed each other out, and it's more or less just being like, I personally don't want to be in this situation anymore, so I have to start over. I know what I'm capable of because of the situation I was in. I'm capable of finding a job. I'm capable of maintaining the job. I'm capable of making money on the side. I'm capable of making things shake type of energy. That's what you are in. And it's like, it doesn't matter what the outside people want. I want this. Okay? And maybe people didn't support you, which is why you're more independent, more by yourself, a little bit more fearful because maybe people weren't agreeing with you, or maybe the people that you were building with prior have other wants and concerns. Regardless, it's for you, and you're loving yourself, and you're excited for yourself, and you're building for yourself whatever you decide to build, and you're taking on all the responsibilities and all the problems and all the issues, which is, makes sense as to why everything else is the way it is. Okay, so can we get outcomes for somebody who chooses to prioritize themselves, adapt properly with good mindsets and good heads on their shoulders, and for people who love the creativity more than they um, listen to the fears? If they do this, can we get the potential outcome for these individuals? Okay, so the Hierophant came out with the 10 of Wands in like a transitional type of thing. So it's like the Lovers is still here, so I'm gonna potentially talk about the Lovers if it's necessary. Okay, so like, you have to have some type of like, um, okay, so this is a little bit, okay, so maybe there's a potential that you might um, need to delegate, or find a community, or find some type of group that could help you potentially. Like, okay, like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, and you don't have any type of income, you know, I'm not saying this is it, but this could be also the government. So maybe you need to get some type of food stamps. Maybe you need to look for grants. Maybe you need to, establish some type of um, support system. Okay, maybe you find a babysitter or something, or maybe like someone who's like, oh, you meal prep, so I'll give you my ingredients. And you cook my food for me, and I'll watch your kids while you go to work, and you meal prep my meal so it makes it easier for me to make dinner for my kids or whatever, because I'm home anyway, and your kids and my kids are friends. So it's like, that's like, some type of, oh, instead of you doing it all and being stressed, now you have some type of group, type of thing. Like that's what it's giving. Like maybe you'll find the people to delegate to as well. Maybe like somehow you'll find people who also are doing what you're doing, and it makes it easier. Type of energy, like collaborations for creators and stuff of that sort, and whatever else type of the outcome is for you to not have it all on your shoulders. Maybe you will find some type of love. Maybe you will find some type of love with the sun at the bottom of the deck. Maybe there's like somebody who will help you in that aspect. If this is a divorce, okay, because this potential, we could read this as a divorce as well. I was not reading it as a divorce just because I don't see that like too many love cards. The only really like two cards that would make me consider it. It's like a small chance in my mind. But if it is divorce related, okay, there's a potential you might find like the what am I looking for? What's the stepdaddy, stepmommy energy, okay? Or like new wife, new husband energy. Maybe you don't have to pay all your bills, you feel me? Maybe y'all could split them 50-50 or whatever. Or maybe someone cleans your house now because I don't know what type of, like, like this is so, you could tell how I feel about it. But anyway, so if it is that type of like romantic situation going. But what I'm just getting is like there's a community out there that's willing to help you with your issues or help you with whatever you're having a hard time with, or like all that jazz. Maybe they're coming for you as well. I don't know. I don't see how this will be like the reason why this is giving me a little bit of a stumping kind of energy is because I don't see how, as a creative or a content creator or like a business endeavor, how you can, like, maybe there's somebody who is gonna edit your videos for you or something, or maybe there's somebody who um, is trying to build a blog squad, or I'm trying to like think of a reason why a vlog squad or whatever, like I don't know what y'all do, but like I'm trying to figure out a reason why like it would make sense for someone who's stepping outside in a way of a creative way, or someone who's like so maybe you'll find like that. But that's what it's giving a little bit. Okay, so lovers definitely wanted to come out, y'all. That bitch been trying to jump out this whole time. I was about to end it. So, okay, fine. We'll talk about the lovers. Let's see. What do we got? The lovers going on? Maybe there's like, yeah, this is a very good supportive people. It could be like spiritually supportive. It could be like, just you are aligning with your goals and your ambitions, and like you're aligning with your reality so much so that it makes like this new reality is more authentically you, type of thing, with the lovers coming out, and it's more you aligned, and it's more you passionate, it's more you inspired, okay, to where you do build a connection with people that support you fully. So over here there was slightly a lack of support, so now you're starting to get the support that you need because you're more authentically who you are. You're more authentically accepting the fact that you did not agree whatever that was, and it's building you closer towards the lovers, towards like your community, towards a relationship, potentially some type of union, some type of deep love for the craft. Maybe you just fall in love with your life, and it's like you reinvented yourself in some type of way that just makes it phenomenal. Like for you, like everything is great. You leave behind the past completely. It's like you're a whole new person, a whole new level up. Okay, but with the lovers coming out, we're gonna get a little bit more information on exactly what the lovers is, because if you want me to talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so you could be somebody who is lonely. Maybe you withdrew from love. Maybe you stopped seeing love in a way that was positive, perhaps. We were also contributing to the fact that you need to incorporate love over fear. So maybe you have a fear of love in general, and it could be like the fear of being in a romantic relationship, the fear of being vulnerable romantically, the fear of like all that type of stuff for you, right? And it's like, it's giving. Okay, I'm looking for my kids because I don't see them. So I'm just like trying to. Anyways, so basically they're over there, but I was checking because normally they're right there on the porch. But anyway, let me focus. Like maybe you're somebody who has had a hard time with love. Maybe this is contributing to some type of love. It could be family love. It could be any kind of love, right? And it's like for you to be happy, for you to align, for you to find, like you could be afraid of love in friends. You could be afraid of love in romance situations. You could be afraid of love from your family. Like you're not trusting anyone. You're withdrawing in a way. And, it's obviously due to this issue, whether it was like no one cared about what I wanted for myself, so now I'm caring fully about myself. And it's also potentially giving like you're loving only on yourself. You're not choosing to love anybody else right now. It's just withdrawn. All your love energy is for yourself. Everything that you used to put into any type of romantic relationship, any type of friendship, family, love, of the money, anything like that is going towards you, fully into you and being integrated kind of vibe. I feel like you could potentially be lonely from this, and I feel like also the fears is hard to it's hard for you to like maybe face the fears by yourself if you're not having someone to communicate with fully, which is why the solution for the situation or the outcome is for you to find a community regardless if it's romantic or not, so that you can like actually feel again, like even if it's emotional, having someone to call and talk to about your situations and what you're going through is an emotional release. Is a relationship, is an exchange, whether it's a therapist or not, whether it's a friend, whether it's your family, whether it's your spouse. Like, it's good to be able to communicate with people who love you, people who care about you, even if it's like, it's healthy to have someone to call. Just talking to yourself 24/7 will probably make you go insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's okay to go insane and whatever if that's your life, but it's like it will potentially end up that way. So maybe you're being called to like also not just give yourself the love, but be open to the fact that there are people who will love and support you in a good way, so that you don't have to be lonely and do this by yourself type of thing. Yeah, like there's people who are business wise, emotionally, all these things can be here for you if you re reopen that door. Maybe there's a need for you to heal your heart a little bit as well. Because if you're low key in a vibration of fear, there is something going on with your heart. Okay, because when that, I'm just gonna say it. That's just basically it. Okay. With that being said, closing it out. That's all that I got for you today. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope it resonates. I hope it whatever. But with that being said, thank you so much. Love you. Bye.